It's been a long time since I did a cooking tutorial, so I decided that I was going to finally make some tofu today. One of my friends from law school, Katie, requested this recipe, and so I decided that this would be a great thing for me to just share with you because it's pretty quick and easy, and it's sort of on the healthy side, but sometimes I do tend to eat a lot of it, so just keep that in mind. It can be kind of addicting. The ingredients that I have here are hard tofu, and you want to stick to hard tofu because if you go with soft or medium, it kind of falls apart. It does take some time to make this, so just keep that in mind. I also have olive oil and sesame oil, as well as cornstarch, and then just salt and pepper, paprika and cayenne. That's it. So let's get started. So first I'm going to drain the tofu. So I just cut it open, and I do save the container so that I can use it to dredge. Peel the top off. I don't know why I'm teaching you how to open a tofu container, but it's harder than it looks, I guess. I guess I'll just leave that part on for now. That's not safe. Alright, so I just cut up the tofu, and you can really do this any way that you want. It just depends the size of cubes that you want, and I guess how much cornstarch you want to cover each piece with. I usually don't make them that small just because I'm coating it, and so I try to maybe cut it into eighths. Like so. And now I'm going to go ahead and create the oil mixture. So I do just a little bit of olive oil. I don't know if you can even see that. And then I do some sesame oil, and I really love this. And so I want to share this recipe, and I definitely have to give credit to my dad because he is the originator of this recipe, although over the years I have made some changes. And so growing up, he would make fried tofu for us, and he would do it on the stove, and I would love it, but he would always have to clean up so much. And so I decided I was just gonna put it in the oven because the cleanup is way less. You don't have to really watch it as much, and it's just easier. Although sometimes I do crave the on the stove type of tofu, and so if you do want to make it on the stove, instead of doing this little mixture, you can just coat it in the cornstarch and then fill your pan with oil and then put it in. My dad would always drain the tofu first. I found that for me, I don't really do that because I usually make this on a whimsical basis. And so as you can see, I just put a little bit of salt, pepper, cayenne, and paprika in with the cornstarch, and now I'm going to mix that together. So I've got a baking sheet with parchment paper on it, and I'm just going to get all set up here and make a little assembly line. So now I've got it all set up. Tofu, oil, cornstarch, parchment paper. So all I do is I just dip it in, cover it up, so that the cornstarch will stick. And then I put it in the little dredge, cover all the sides. Sometimes I roll it around a little more than once, just to really have a coating. And then I just put it on the sheet. And so if you have more of this, or you can really make larger batches, and you can save this as well. If you just put it in the fridge, you can always stick it back into like the toaster oven and warm it up. So I love this. It's great for going with salads. I honestly eat this just by itself for dinner, which is what I'm gonna do tonight because I'm not that hungry, and it's kind of more like a little appetizer. And so here we are, we're all done. And the oven's only on about 300 degrees right now, but I will just stick it in anyway because it's fine. Today I've decided just now that I'm going to share with you the kitchen soap that I use because I really love this kitchen soap. It's from Method. It's called Kitchen Gel Hand Wash, and it's the thyme, not flavor, but scent. And this kitchen hand soap is amazing because it really cleans your hand of whatever has been on your hand, so some sort of food residue or scent on your hand, and so this does a great job. I highly recommend. So now we will just be waiting for the tofu to go ahead and cook. I'm gonna clean this up because I'm all done, and see how little cleanup there is compared to when you cook something in oil on the stove. So I normally flip it over and then let it cook on each side so it gets nice and crispy. So I hope you'll stay tuned. So the all-purpose cleaner I've been using as of late is Everspring, but I absolutely love the scent. It's actually on the cheaper side at Target, and it's mandarin and ginger. It smells amazing, especially after cooking. I was listening to this audiobook on the power of habit, which was really interesting. But they talked about Febreze and the way that it was able to become popularized. The researchers for the company found that scent was a nice reward at the end of performing a task. So I don't know why I had to throw that in there, but there it is. So when I'm cooking, I go off of sound or scent, and so I think it's about time for me to pull these out. It's been about 20 minutes. So as you can see, they are just about ready, but I like to flip over. Alright, so now that I've flipped them over, they look like that, and I'm going to stick it back into the oven. So in the meantime, I'm going to make the dipping sauce that I use, which is not very healthy, but very Japanese. So all I do is take some mayonnaise, shoyu, otherwise known as soy sauce, and a little bit of furikake, and I just mix it up. I would have done this in a bowl, but the bowl that I usually do it in is not currently available. But this can be actually, I guess, like a nice little layer on the bottom of the dish, so that, you know, like how they do. A little design in there. Alright, so I think it's all finished. I'm just going to plate it and let it happen. A lot of times I'll leave some on the baking sheet so that they can just not really be on the plate. So here's the final product. I hope you had fun making tofu with me today. If you end up trying my recipe, please let me know how you like it, and if you make any tweaks to it, I'd love to hear about those too. I'm gonna take a picture of this and have at it. Hope y'all are having a great week. It's almost Friday and our lives are opening back up again, so I hope to see y'all soon. Take care.